And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 39th Annual Marade right here in Little Rock, Arkansas, on the corner of Roosevelt and Martin Luther King Drive here in Little Rock, Arkansas. We are looking for a very festive day on today where people will be giving credos and salutations to one of the world's greatest civil rights leaders in the form of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we are being brought to you live by BCN here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and we hope that you will enjoy much of the filming of the occasion itself as the preparations for the event is just about to take place right now, as we see some of the automobiles in the process of coming down the street down Martin Luther King in order to begin the festive activities on the day. Today represents a very nice day for the most part. It is partly sunny, but at this particular juncture and stage, it appears as though that the weather is going to cooperate with us. And there are numerous people who are out on the streets right now, many of them mothers and daughters and sons and nephews, nieces, a whole lot of folks out here in order to just witness this parade that has been taking place for the past 39 years that many of us have not had the opportunity to be a part of, but can still be involved in the showcasing of the parade here in the city of Little Rock. There are a lot of things that need to be said about the parade and about the people who have been responsible for it over the years, but before we do that, we're going to be able to tell you about some of the different types of personalities and businesses and people of all sorts of different backgrounds are going to be involved in this particular display of what we witness year in and year out, and for the past 39 right here in Little Rock, the opportunity for all people to be able to give the kind of recognition to leaders here in the black community. I know that coming up right now, it appears though that Power 99 is coming along, the People's Station, and the Grand Marshal is being faded on today, and that is no one else but Broadway Joe. He is out here on today giving an opportunity for many of his listeners and folks who witness him on a day in and day out basis on the radio station. And behind him we have a situation of a number of other vehicles who are coming along the street at this moment, and they're moving at a slow pace, and rightfully so, ladies and gentlemen, because we want to be able to ensure that the level of safety is always going to be a priority whenever something of this order begins to take place here in the city. And presently that is being done so because there is a very large presence of Little Rock's finest from the Little Rock Police Department who are out here to ensure those developments. So right now, a lot of the kids are getting some of the candy that is being thrown out and surrounded by a lot of other activities with people who are involved in the marching bands. And the Southwest Marching Band is one of the very few bands that is taking place here at the parade on this year. And Southwest is certainly to be commended for their efforts in being able to come out here and be a part of the festivities for Dr. King's holiday. As we all know, that the holiday is one in which we make a lot of, we give a lot of attention to, and rightfully so, because it honors the legacy of one of our greatest leaders here in the world as we know it today. And Dr. Martin Luther King certainly represented all of those respective opportunities for each and every day in which he lived as he passed away on April 4th, 1968. And during that period of time, the country was set back and went into a period of turmoil in the nation, and it created a lot of problems and more problems, and continue to accent a number of those problems on today. And that is why in this particular instance, instead of this being a hoo-ha, hoorah kind of day, this is a somber occasion in many respects, in the acknowledgement of one of our great leaders who has been here. I'm going to let the band pass us by right now. You can hear them in the background. Members from the NAACP here in Little Rock are coming by and throwing out candy to a lot of the children, along with the mayor of Little Rock, Mayor Frank Scott, doing the same thing, and people are responding to it by grabbing as much candy as they possibly can. Even our own Scott Green is knocking over children and trying to get pieces of candy. No, that's not quite right. Scott hasn't tripped any kids or anything as he gave, but nonetheless, he appears to be helping direct the kids to various pieces of candy that they want to take advantage of. And some of these automobiles, and if Wendy, you could come forth and give me an opportunity to be able to see, Wendy, who some of these people are, I can bring you closer to the reality of that, who some of these various cars are with people who are engaged in it. As you hear right now, we have the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department who is coming along, and their sirens are making a lot of noise in regard to letting it be known that their presence is really visibly here, as well as a sound for everyone to stay off the road and don't get in the way, as you make a mention of them right now. After the sheriff, we have the constable, who is also a part of law enforcement here in the city of Little Rock, and is making their presence known. And right behind the constable, we have with us State Representative Joy Springer, who is going to be coming along in just any moment now. But the presence of the Sheriff's Police Department is for Pulaski County, and we have to admit, even despite the fact that Little Rock is the largest municipality in Pulaski County, the Sheriff's Company and the Sheriff's Department wants to make certain that their presence is well known here in the city of Little Rock. Our sheriff is Sheriff Eric Higgins, and Sheriff Higgins is also in the process of running for re-election during this course of the year. He is the first African-American sheriff to ever be elected here in Pulaski County. That's over a period of 185 years. Let me say that one more time, 185 years since the first African-American man was elected as sheriff of the largest county in the state of Arkansas. And his name is Eric Higgins. And Sheriff Higgins has done a fabulous job in terms of keeping the peace here in the county, and all of the people are acknowledging their presence on today. Behind them are other vehicles that are from the sheriff's office to show you a display of the type of diversity that exists here with the Sheriff's County Police Department, because they want to demonstrate to the people and to the county that they are making every effort they possibly can in order to ensure safety for all of us. And that's not every now and then, it is every day. And the police department is taking a very, very strong effort to make certain that people understand why they're here. The LRPD's head of the sheriff of the police department, Chief Heath Elton, is also a part of the activities on today, and they are making it very known about their respective presence. Now, some of you might have some difficulty in being able to hear me despite a lot of the sirens that are going off right now. And I should sit back and just let them scream out and continue to make the kind of noise that they're making at this time. And as I mentioned to you, State Representative Joy Springer is coming along in her vehicle, and her representative and husband is with her on today. She is a individual participant in this particular day of the Marade, and we're going to be giving you some history about the Marade in and of itself, and I hope that all of you will be a part of that. The Daisy Gas and Bates Corporation is also being faded and highlighted by the county constable for the county of Pulaski on today, and that is extremely noted because right behind her is the county clerk, and her name is Terry Hollingsworth, and the clerk is also serving out her second term. She is the first African-American woman to serve in the capacity of county clerk for Pulaski County, also in a number of years here in Pulaski County. So this is not only about giving tribute to Dr. King, but also giving tribute to the men and women who have taken upon themselves to be a part of getting involved in public service and committing themselves to the men, women, and children here throughout Pulaski County and also throughout the city of Little Rock, in terms of letting it be known that they are extremely committed to make certain and make it real for every individual to have an opportunity to be able to go out and cast his or her vote for the candidate of their choice. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. If you choose not to vote, you're not going to be castigated for that. But in my own personal and humble opinion, you will suffer the setbacks from not voting by getting individuals on board who don't have your interests at heart in order to ensure that you're going to be a part of what is happening here in the city. Passing by just a few moments ago were the folks in Pinnacle View United Methodist Church here in the city of Little Rock. And now coming up next are the people from Highland Park who are passing along in the parade on today. The Marade has a lot of history with it, and to that end, we're going to be sharing some of the historical things about the Marade and people who have been involved in it since the early 50s and 60s here in the city of Little Rock. That is information that you don't always get when you are in a position to be able to support these kind of efforts. Now, the Highland Park people just came by a few moments ago, and behind them are another vehicle that is approaching, an SUV Infinity that also has a rather significant individual inside of it, and that person that I can see from this particular vantage point is going to be none other than Will Jones, who is the county prosecutor for the Pulaski County government. And Will Jones has continued to be a very highly visible individual in Pulaski County in his first term. He is serving his fourth year out right now as we speak, and he is going to run for a second term in the elections that are going to be coming up on March the 3rd. And we certainly want to encourage all of you to please, by all means, check with your neighbors, check with your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, even people that you don't like. You need to tell them that they have an opportunity to be able to change the conditions here in the city of Little Rock, and you change those conditions by getting the right people in public office. And to this day, we have that kind of commitment that is being demonstrated by some of the people who are participants in this particular parade on today. The next vehicle that is coming up it is another not an SUV, but it is a company that is supporting the parade itself. It's an attorney's office. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not by any means been able to get legal counsel for whatever it is that you want to pursue in doing in your lifetime, I encourage you to be a part of that, because it is absolutely essential that you not only get attorneys when you get in trouble, but you need to be able to retain legal counsel when you don't understand legalese that could put you in harm's way. And you don't want to be able to do that under any circumstances. You want to take an opportunity and build the kind of credibility as a single individual or as a person who cares about his or her community. Passing by right now is one of the Corvettes. Kids are still running out in the streets and picking up candy as they all come by, and they are all enjoying all of this as they come down Martin Luther King Jr. Road right now, headed toward the elementary school, which is going to be the ending site of the festivities on today. Everything will close down at the Martin Luther King Elementary School on Martin Luther King Road, and by virtue of them doing so, it will draw all of the activities to a halt on today. And then at the event itself, they will be serving food, and I am hopeful that they will also have some individuals who are from the NAACP here in Little Rock. They'll be getting out and taking part of just exactly something that is going to involve voter registration, because as I mentioned, this is not a day off. This is a day on, in order for you to be able to understand the importance of not just having a good time, but being committed to your culture and knowing that the significance of your culture is equally as important to the significance of you voting. And we want everyone to be aware of that and go out and encourage people to become active voters in the state of Arkansas. The state of Arkansas at this particular time has one of the lowest voter registration percentages of any state in the entire union, and that has to change. And we need to be able to make that well known to all of the young people here who are participating in this event on today, because it does make a difference in terms of the outcome of many different types of organizations that are trying to do their level best in terms of how they are making. Now there's a group who is Ethan for Arkansas. He is running for United States Senate here in Arkansas, and that means that he's probably going up against a guy by the name of Tom Cotton. And Tom Cotton, and I don't have to give any additional commentary for those of you who have familiarity with politics here in Arkansas. You know that Tom Cotton stands on by himself, and in this humble reporter's opinion, he does so not necessarily in a positive way. So Ethan for Arkansas and his group just passed by. Right after Ethan for Arkansas, we have the Rock City Diamonds, who are a line of dancers, and we don't know exactly what the dances are, but I don't think that it's going to have the twist or the slide involved in it in any kind of way, shape, or form. People still do the twist, they still do the slide, or some people, I guess. I don't know. I'm too old to be able to relate to that kind of thing, but nonetheless, they are here in this event on today. And then behind them are individuals who are the Charity for Senate motorcycle group. That is another political group that has come forth here. After them, we have coming up the Bethel African American Methodist Church, and Bethel African American Methodist Church is one of the most prominent churches here in the city of Little Rock. A very long history of black folks over the years, some 120, 130, 40 years or more, that have been representing the church and the people who have relied on the church over the years. I'm sure you can hear the gunning of the motorcycles and the guys who are running ahead on that. They are the ones who are in place right now, and they are coming through on a variety of different type of motorcycles. So if you are somebody who likes motorcycles, you're going to enjoy witnessing this on today, because they do have all different types of bikes that are available out here, and people are thoroughly being entertained by the individuals who are here. And some of the kids are walking up to the bikes, and some of the guys who are on them are handing them candy and giving the kids a chance to be able to witness up close and personal what a tricycle and a motorcycle looks like and sounds like, as some of you can probably hear that as they roll by right now. After this display of the motorcycles that are coming on board, we are going to have another individual in the group, Mr. Stephen Person. Mr. Stephen Person is currently a justice of the peace for Pulaski County, but he is also going to be running unopposed for state legislature. And Stephen Person is a young individual who has carried himself as though he is very comfortable in serving the public, and wherever he goes, I've had an opportunity to be able to personally witness that particular situation, and I know that he is going to be representing us very well in terms of the state of Arkansas with some of his ideas and his efforts to try and bring people closer together in order to work on behalf of all of the citizens of Arkansas, not just some of the citizens of Arkansas. So Steve Person is an individual who is participating in this parade on today. One of many, and as I indicated to those of you a few moments ago, we are in a situation now where a lot of the individuals who are running for public office are coming through. And as I just mentioned, Bethel Church is the African Methodist Episcopal Church here in Little Rock, and a long history of what they do. They are carrying a banner on their respective van on today that says, "The fierce urgency of now." And you can't illustrate that any better than that particular form of writing. And it is something that I hope that people will be able to not only see exactly what it says, but understand the importance and significance of understanding the necessity for all of us to move forward now, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year, but we need to do it now. So along with them, we have another group that is coming by, the outside of the Bethel AME church. Members of that local church are here and showing their presence on today in order to let people know that they have a commitment to also being involved in this, in the parade here on today. And we are hopeful that the individual that I was just talking to you about a few moments ago, Stephen Person is just coming by in his group, shaking hands with our very own Scott Green. And Scott Green is clearly trying to elevate his personality and play with people, and probably those who have not had an opportunity to collect their $2 from him as of yet, as he goes on with his endeavor to be, and there he goes saying, this is how we do it. That can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. This is how we do it. This is how we fool people, or this is how we slap people around. We don't know just exactly what the meaning of it is, but nonetheless, he's conveying that to folks who are coming by, recognizing him and doing what needs to be done. Coming up is the Democrat Party, and the Pulaski County Democrat women are making it known that they have a presence here on today in order to be able to illustrate the importance of voting. And we have mentioned that on a number of occasions, and we hope that people take that to task. Right behind the Democratic women, we have a group of Corvettes that are coming in, and they are the A-State Corvette Association and Baptist College, and they have Robbie Ford Sr., who is a part of putting together the vehicles, and he is also part of education. And behind the beautiful Corvettes that are out here right now, showing all of the people just exactly how the new Corvettes list and look, and to that end, try to give you not false hope necessarily, but widespread hope in being to one day sit behind the wheel of one of those vehicles and enjoy the luxury of it in and of yourself. Coming up next are going to be the Sisters of New Birth of Life. New Birth of Light is a organization that is here in the Little Rock, Pulaski County area, and are also one of the participants in the Marade on today. And I'm hopeful that for those of you who are looking at the Marade, you're having an opportunity to be able to see exactly how some of the different vehicles are being shown and showcased on today. And I'm going to ask Gabe if you can bring Wendy over to me at some point. I hope to be able to give a little history of the Marade itself, because the Marade started in the 1950s and the 1960s, and it started on the basis of addressing issues that impacted adversely, for the most part, a number of people of color in the Little Rock City, as well as the Little Rock County in and of itself. And to that end, we want all of you to know that the celebration of the legacy of Dr. King is something that is noted and illustrates a number of the incidents that people of color were vulnerable to. And it was their efforts, it was the community efforts in the 50s and the 60s that led to all of the activities that began to highlight the fact that people not only were being treated fairly in this county and throughout the city, but they wanted to also emphasize the opportunities of seeing not only those who were interested in education, but those who were committed to education in the form of the Little Rock Nine. But before the Little Rock Nine, ladies and gentlemen, there was a 7. And that particular 7 were a group of young African-American women who, along with Mrs. Daisy Bates and a representative from the North Little Rock NAACP, stood before the, at that particular time, superintendent of public schools in the county. He was a man by the name of Virgil Blossom. And they in turn said that they wanted to be the ones who were going to desegregate Central High School during that particular time. However, it did not go well for them during that period, but here's the irony in that particular situation. All of those young black women all became extremely successful in their own personal endeavors. There were many of them who, for the most part, went into the area of education and professional occupations for education that gave them the ability to be able to do successful things and things that had not ordinarily been open and available to people of color here in the state of Arkansas. It's important to note that how the black community has been able to not only project resilience, but to exude resilience and not be intimidated of much of the violence that was heaped upon them during those respective periods of time. Because as we look at things that have happened over the course of years, we know that methodically things have changed. Have they changed for the better in many respects? Yes, they have. But in addition to changing for the better, it's also been one that has reverted back to no change at all in terms of how people of color, and I don't care what color it is, you can be Hispanic, you can be African, you can be African American, you can be Asian, you can be Eskimo, you can be a Aleut. It doesn't make any kind of difference. The attitude here has always been one. The only one that has occurred has been the lack of having equality given to each and every individual who needs to be fully aware and conscientious of that. Now, coming up next, we're also another one of our bands that is here on today. We're going to try to see just exactly who this band is coming up now. We've already had the Southwest Band, but we're also going to try to identify just exactly this group that is going to be coming forth with us. And we want to acknowledge to all of the people who have participated in the Marade on today, that they are deeply appreciated for what they have been able to give to all of the folks here. And you know, it started out being a partly sunny day, and now the sun has come out very vividly, and in the course of doing that is shown a brighter light on the people who are attending today and who are enjoying themselves. A lot of the conversation centers around this being something that people do not take for granted, because it is an opportunity for them to be able to pay homage to the legacy of the late great Dr. Martin Luther King and his passing and assassination that took place on April 4th of 1968. And you can rest assured that things have changed for the better for a number of us here in the state of Arkansas, in the city of Little Rock. The band that is coming forth right now happens to be from one of the suburban cities that are outside the city of Little Rock, and that is Jacksonville. And Jacksonville High School Band is coming through with their dancers and dressed in their festive red, which is something that a lot of people look good in, except for me. I don't wear red, can't wear red, and if I'm wearing red, I'm dead. So to that extent, I don't know about that, Gabe. But we understand the importance of the band coming. You can hear them in the background right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a little listen to them. there goes the Jacksonville band exhibiting their prowess in terms of them being here today, being a part of the celebration for the parade of the 39th year of its existence. So I'm hoping that you had an opportunity to be able to hear closely some of the music that they were playing, which was very exhilarating. It allowed even me, at my old age of 124, to be able to at least snap my fingers and get a beat with some of what they were attempting to do, but I can't keep up with the rest of it because I would then need an oxygen machine in order to keep on going. We're being faded now by some other vehicles that are coming down Martin Luther King Street. Martin Luther King Street hasn't always been this street. It was at one time here in the city of Little Rock called High Street. That's H-I-G-H. And a lot of people remember High Street until the city of Little Rock, in its infinite wisdom, chose to do the right thing, and that was to name the street after Dr. King. And thus the elementary school at the end of the Marade here is going to end at the Martin Luther King elementary school, I should say, on today, and a lot of people will be congregating down there. We're expected to see and notice a lot of other individuals who are going to be participating in the event on today. We have coming up Chris Jones. Chris Jones, ladies and gentlemen, is an individual that I'm hopeful that many of you recognize the name, Dr. Chris Jones. He was the first African American to receive a political nomination from a major party here in the state of Arkansas as he ran for governor. But this time around, he is running for the Congress against the incumbent French Hill. And as a result of that, he is making a strong effort encouraging people to come out and cast their votes for the candidate of their choice. Robert Tellers is a individual who is also running for a judge here in the county of Pulaski. And Robert Tellers is a practicing attorney who has been here in Little Rock for a number of years, and he's been extremely successful in terms of offering his services to many of the people in Little Rock for a number of years. And this is not only, I think, his second or third attempt at running for judge. We are hopeful that he will be able to do so in the way of being able to convince the individuals who are behind him fully. After Chris Jones and Robert Tellers, they have individuals who are going to be coming forth that will represent the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and also Love and Patience Child Care. Love and Patience Child Care, the name speaks for itself. It is clearly one of the businesses who emphasize the importance of being able to care for children and offer services to them who will have an opportunity to receive the kind of attention that their child or their children need in order for them to be able to grow and develop into persons who are going to eventually become fully participating, voting citizens here in the city of Little Rock and throughout the county. Behind them, we also have Schaffner for Senate, who is making a run for the Senate on today. It is something that a lot of people are aware of, and her name is Hallie Schaffer. Hallie Schaffer is running for the United States Senate here in here in the state of Arkansas, and she's making a good attempt to become involved in public service, and that is what running for the Senate is all about, as well as running for state representative, United States Senate, or United States representative. It is all the same thing. A public servant is a person who has the wherewithal to be able to commit his or herself to the general public and let it be known that they have ideas, that they have stamina in order to be able to provide services that will help elevate them. FLAME, FLAME, is Little Rock's chapter of the fire leaders actively maintaining equality. The chapter of the International Black Professional Group is coming through here right now. And as a result of them showing up, I hope that no fires are burning in the city of Little Rock right now, and people aren't losing their homes because of it. But here we come with the fire trucks from the LRFD. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. And if we can get a sip of water, that will probably provide some ease on us in some respect. But the Little Rock Fire Department, and I say this with no exaggeration, we have one of the best fire departments, not in just the city of Little Rock, Pulaski County, or Arkansas itself. It is in the country. These men and women do a fabulous job in terms of keeping us safe. And the only way that we have an opportunity to be able to remain safe is by listening to the information that they pass along to us to give us the understanding of how to keep ourselves and our families safe. And also coming up, we have the Little Rock Job Corps, and the Little Rock Job Corps is a group of young men and women who are extremely committed in order to be able to stand. But if you hear something in the back right now, that is some guy who is doing some kind of dance. I don't know exactly what type it is, and his effort was just being moved away from us because he was getting a little excited about demonstrating his dancing capability, which left a lot to be desired in this reporter's looking of it. But anyway, we see that's coming up next. We have persons who are with an organization who the Little Rock, a part of the Little Rock Job Corps once again, and they are trying to let it be known that they have the ability to be able to create a lot of job opportunities here in the city of Little Rock, and we're hopeful that in terms of doing so, that they will be able to demonstrate to all persons here in Pulaski County that there are opportunities to be able to take a chance to be able to believe and to showcase that here in the city of Little Rock, opportunities can be given and they can be committed to. And it's just a matter of individuals doing that very thing. Coming up next is the William E. Thrasher Boys and Girls Club. Their caption this year is "Great Futures Start Here." And they are absolutely correct. As the Boys and Girls Club have been around the city of Little Rock for a number of years. Our very own Scott Green knows all about the Boys and Girls Club, the Thrasher Boys and Girls Club, and at one point he professed to be an outstanding running back for that group, but I don't know why he didn't make All-American. But that's another story, and we'll deal with the prospects of that somewhere along the line. And I'm hopeful that in terms of the story that I'm giving to you right now is one that he will. Hey, how are you, brother? And it's another individual who is coming through the Marade group, and we are just about, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude the Marade on today, and it's been extremely festive and one in which I think a lot of people enjoyed much of what has been going on here. In front of us now we have the Church of the Living God, who are one of the participants in the Marade on this year, and they are showing their support for the Marade because they are participating in it, and like others who have done similarly in the event in and of itself. And I'm hopeful that as a result of what you have heard for the most part and witnessed on today is something that you can say, hey, I wish I would have taken a moment in order to go down there and see some of the individuals who were participating in the Marade in order to give us an opportunity to be able to show that what we are doing here is not only honoring Dr. King but and his legacy, but we're honoring the city of Little Rock, and we are very, very thankful for the progress that we have made during the time that we have been here. And many of the people that we have an occasion in order to be able to witness and see coming up will be some of the ones who are going to conclude the Marade in itself on today. We're going to be able to, ladies and gentlemen, in my own opinion, to highlight a gentleman who is running for county judge here in Pulaski County. Some of you may be familiar with his name, and some of you may be unfortunate enough to have come before him in a court of law, because he is a retired circuit court district judge, and his name is Wendell Griffin. He is going to be, he is a candidate, not going to be, but he is a candidate for county judge, Pulaski County judge, and if successful, Mr. Griffin, Judge Griffin, will be the first ever, let me repeat it again, first ever African-American county judge in the history, the 185 plus year history of the existence of the state of Arkansas. And he is also going to be coming through the Marade right now. In front of him we have individuals who are with the Arkansas Raps group, and they are a service that offers respective opportunities for people to be able to have someone who will demonstrate some kind of care and attention to them in times of need. And we hope that people who recognize it will also be a part of showcasing it. We have a unique car that is on the back of a trailer at this point, and it is, I don't know what year that particular vehicle is, and I don't know whether my director has an idea. And Scott, Gabe, I don't know whether or not you saw the vehicle that went by. Gabe did not see it, but there's another interesting vehicle behind that one, and This one is drawing attention because it's someone who is giving away candy. I should say she is giving away candy at this juncture. But it is a beautiful Chevrolet of what year I don't know, and I'm only guessing, and my guessing would probably be way off base, but it is absolutely beautiful. They are coming through now with a whole host of vintage automobiles that have, you know, very, very interesting wheels, chrome wheels, rims on the vehicles, from gold to silver and other colors that are showcasing exactly what they're doing, and I hope that the people down the line will get a chance to be able to see it. And these vehicles that are here right now are appearing to be the final ones that are coming through. We anticipate seeing the Strilight Foundation, which is a political foundation, a nonprofit, I should say, not political, in this particular group that we're faced with right now. And we hope that for those of you who are looking at this or seeing this online in any way, shape, or form, that yours truly has not bored you to death. I've tried not to try to keep you up to date with much of what is going on, because the activities that have been taking place on this 39th annual Marade Day, which is the King holiday in and of itself, has been nonstop ever since it started at the very beginning. And people from all over this city and all over this county have, in my opinion, really enjoyed the actions and the activities of the participants who have been in here on today. And let me say that the director of BCN, Brother Gabe, has been on Johnny on the spot in terms of all of the coverage and giving you a chance and an opportunity to see exactly up close and personal, you know, the cars, the vehicles, the people walking, the people playing in bands, and all those who are looking for you to also concentrate your efforts on voting in this upcoming primary election. The primary election is going to take place on March 3rd, and in doing so, it is something that we hope that will make a vast improvement upon the individuals and persons who are running for office, and that they're going to be telling people, for the most part, that they love them and that they represent them and that they're giving them the kind of attention that they deserve, not just in this Marade and the course of what is happening on today, but for the purposes of knowing how significant and important it is for the persons who want to be a part of the vision of the men and women who serve in public service, and convey that to all of us right now. Will be able to convey that same message to us time and again for a variety of different reasons. We are going to be here until the end of it, because the end of it is beginning to draw nigh, and as I mentioned, it will conclude. All of the kids here on the front end are getting an opportunity to carry a lot of extra candy home, and somebody just threw a bunch of money out here, and I don't know if they I don't know whether or not they are real dollar bills or or dollar bills that someone manufactured and made up and put in their backyard, uh, and just decided that they would have some fun in terms of trying to let people know that they were going to be a part of. Now there's a group coming through called Self-Invested Club 19, and they have a party bus, and I don't know whether or not anybody's on that party bus or if they got a bunch of old people on the bus who are missing the parade and just sleeping right now. But you know, we don't know. It's just something that's going by. They have 2 buses, as a matter of fact, that are here participating in the parade, and I am certain that self-invested means exactly that. It's self-invested by Ron Fry, and Ron Fry decided to retain 2 buses and participate in the 2026 parade, to which he closes it up and out with a party bus, well, with the van behind the party bus. And behind him will be Arkansas Slings United. Arkansas Slings United is just another one of the vehicles that is in the here in the parade for 2026, and come up next after them, I believe, very slowly, moving slowly, will be the Metro Area Bass Club. Now I don't know if that's bass or bass, but either way, the Metro Area Bass Club is a organization that I don't know if they are deeply experienced in playing the bass, or whether or not they are men who are proficient in catching bass fish and frying it, which would get my attention if they did that a few times. Gabe said it would get his too, because he likes fried bass or baked bass, one of the two. At any rate, they are coming through right now as being a part of the persons here in this 39th annual parade that we are having here in the city of Little Rock today on Martin Luther King Drive and Avenue, and we are near the conclusion, if I'm not mistaken, of almost the individuals who are left in here, who are high quality stables. These are both 2 agricultural respective exhibitions of vehicles that are in the parade on this year, and they're going to close it out. So I don't know if individuals are in a position where that is going to be just about it, Gabe, or if we still have some more who are latecomers. And Gabe is telling me that it's really a long line, and to that end, there are individuals who are still coming and being a part of this. Now, as to whether those individuals are actually members of the parade or people who have an interest in marching in the parade and just showcasing who they are and waving to folks and saying, hey, yay, how y'all doing, and are you cooking any more fried chicken or wings? Now, here's a group that is coming up, and of dancers, and let me just say this, if you need your attention gotten, this is a group that you don't want to miss, because they will get your attention in terms of coming out. It's a group of young women who are showcasing. They are from ages of 6, 7, or 8 all the way up to maybe 16, 17, 18, and maybe in this instance, Miss Walter uh, will showcase her moving skills in front of the group, but I don't think so. Boy, how about you, Gabe? Yeah, that's very doubtful that Miss Wendy is going to be demonstrating her ability to move like that. Well, what about Scott? Do you think that he would have a shot at them? Maybe, possibly. I think he has. No, his knees are pretty bad. So we'd have to rule him out. They are in not very good shape for him to be moving like that. But at any rate, they have gone by, and I hope that Gabe got a good shot of them, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing those young ladies, because that was something that an old guy like me did not anticipate under any way, shape, or form. But it's certainly something that gets your attention, let me put it that way. So at any rate, the Arkansas Single Parent Scholarship vehicle is coming by right now, and after them is a old vintage truck from way back with Dr. King's picture on it, and showing that old vehicles can still have value and move around, and this is exactly what we're being able to show and demonstrate here at this 39th annual Marade that is going on a beautiful day. It's a beautiful Monday. Today is the 19th of January 2026, and this is BCN's coverage of the 39th annual Marade. The Marade has been going on since the early 1950s here in the city of Little Rock, and it just didn't evolve all on its own. It was a result of different types of challenges that people of color were experiencing here in the city of Little Rock. I am hopeful and I'm optimistic that people who have participated in this event today will understand that they're doing so on the shoulders of all of our ancestors, not some of our ancestors, but all of our ancestors, men and women who have died and gave their lives not willingly under any circumstances, in most cases unwillingly, in order for us to be able to express and have the type of freedom that we are experiencing in the year 2026 in this country. So today is not just a happy-go-lucky day and everybody is trying to play kumbaya. This is a day of reflection and a day of commitment to the legacy and to the history of what Martin Luther King Jr. represented during the time that he walked this earth. And to that end, I would hope the people who have been in attendance on this day, because there have been a number of people who have done nothing more than observe a lot of the activity that has been going on today in order to be able to give some semblance of joy to the people here. I'm sure the young kids have had a great opportunity to be able to get candy and to witness people who were and have been behind. This is a beautiful black-owned, black Charger that is coming by right now, driven by a brother who seems to be enjoying himself very much in terms of showcasing it. And behind him is a Impala. I don't know, it looks like an Impala 65 with some super rims on it, looking very good, silver with high silver rims coming through on today. So these are vintage vehicles that are coming up as we speak to you right now, and as a result of us taking a look at these cars, this is a special occasion for people to be able to witness these type of vehicles. Here's another high-made vehicle, and a jogger, ladies and gentlemen, just came by. I don't know whether that was real or not, Gabe, whether or not she is jogging for real in the Marade on today, or if she's just trying to get attention. But if she is, she clearly was able to get my attention as she drove by behind some of these other vintage automobiles on this day. And I don't know, Gabe, is how are we looking now in terms of the conclusion of the event on today? We're nearing the end, is what my producer is telling me. And as a result of that, this is going to, I would call, be a very successful day for the Little Rock NAACP. And as I mentioned at the outset, for those of you who know about the NAACP, it is the still premier civil rights fighting organization in the United States of America. Although in these days and times here in the country, unfortunately, it is under threat. And it's under threat by those who claim to want to protect the rights and liberties of all of us as Americans on today, but they're trying their level best in order to discourage us and take away our joy. But taking away our joy isn't going to be possible, because people are going to continue to have joy no matter what in times of circumstances where we end up doing nothing more than protesting. Then we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to make it known that we have the best interests at heart for not some Americans, but all Americans who want to be a part of helping us to build a better nation and a better democracy, one which reflects opportunities for all citizens, not just some citizens, but all citizens who want to be a part of helping to shape and build a great nation and be a leader in the world as we have been in years past. I've had the opportunity to be able to share one thing with one another, and it is now coming to a conclusion of some of the activity that is taking place here. And I hope that for all of you, you have thoroughly enjoyed just exactly what the 39th Annual Marade has been for 2026. Speaking for Miss Wendy, for Gabe, for our director and founder and head, Scott Green, I'm Larry Hicks, and we wish all of you a great, great holiday today and the rest of this year of 2026. Don't forget, keep your channel set for BCN. That's coming any day now. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.